Okay, so today in class you finished up the inertia ball activity, and the synthesizing and analyzing part, synthesizing evaluating part of that is to look at Unit 1 Activity 2, which is called Direction of Push and Motion. Shh, puppy. So in this one, you are looking at what you would have to do to create different types of motion. You should be familiar with these different motions from the inertia ball activity, so if you need to act it out, there is a bowling ball and a broom available in the classroom. Just ask Mr. March, who is substituting for you. Alright, so in the first one, just to give you an example of what you need to do, the first direction is to write a description of how you get the motion and to write a procedure. It also says to complete it with velocity vectors for this motion map. A velocity vector is an arrow that shows us the direction and how fast. I'll write that over here. It's an arrow that shows both speed and direction. So in the case of the bowling ball, when it's going its fastest, it will have a really long arrow, and when it's not going quite so fast, it will have shorter arrows. So if you basically just connect one picture to the next, you'll have velocity vectors. So you'll notice that these start out short and get longer and longer and longer as the ball speeds up. The procedure should be should answer the question, how did you create that motion? So you can describe what you did with the broom and what the ball did. Alright, so let's look at the next one, number 2. In this one, it says that the ball will move in a straight line at decreasing speed. So the ball itself starts out going pretty fast and slows down. So you have to think, how would you use the broom to cause it to do that? When something comes to a stop, we put a little dot instead of an arrow. Okay, so that should be helpful as you work on completing this activity. As you work towards the bottom of it, though, you'll notice there are some conclusion questions that you will need to answer. These conclusion questions are what we would call the evaluating portion of a lab. And you can answer those questions in your lab notebook, or you can print this worksheet out and print it off. But I would suggest putting it in your lab notebook because it will be better for you to use later on. Have a good day, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow in class.